Welcome to another episode on our channel. You have probably been wondering, what did the winner of the giveaway gift decide to choose? And even though I put a custom on the table, I really didn't expect someone to pick a custom, but that's exactly what he did. He wanted to have some sort of customized figure. And since he's a G.I. Joe collector, he wanted it to fit in with the size of a G.I. Joe. So I went ahead and I got a G.I. Joe just so I could make sure whatever I did was fairly close to this size. And so this G.I. Joe was made in 1970. He was a commander, and he's in the OD green outfit. He talks, but when you pull it, it doesn't, I can't really tell what it says. Didn't really listen too carefully, but it's kind of garbled. He does have this shoulder rig for a 45, and you know, for G.I. Joe, he looks great for being probably close to 55 years old. His hair looks to be in pretty good condition, as is his beard and so forth. And the uniform looks to be in pretty darn good condition. He might need a little shining of the boots, that sort of thing, but we'll see. But anyway, I wanted it to make sure that the sizing was what this guy wanted to have for the custom. And he was really looking for a like an operative agent type of look, black, kind of, so he could kind of get around in the dark very nicely. So this guy stands out too much, and obviously is a G.I. Joe, and I think he looks pretty darn good. But this is a prototype. This is a dragon. He wanted something a little more articulated, so I'm kind of getting him as close to the stand size as I possibly can. And you can see, the hat makes him look a little taller, but they're pretty much about the same size, when you take the hat off. So he has, other than the sunglasses, I think he has pretty darn good operative look. Let's just take those off. Yeah. So I made the adventure team symbol here. Actually, on this one, the action team symbol was wounded. It was a little piece of ripped off at the bottom. So I just did the trick of printing something out, putting double-sided tape on the back and putting it on there, and it looks great. I did the same thing here for this guy. I think it works. So this guy is decked out all in black. He's got the skull cap on, or stocking cap, whatever you want to call it. He's got two sources of light. He has a headlamp here. He has a flashlight and holder here. He's got a belt and a holster with a 45. We'll put him on a turntable in a bit. He's got a canteen and a walkie-talkie. He's got a carabiner as well. So he is definitely decked out to get around without being noticed at night. And yeah, I think he looks pretty darn good. But I do think the gentleman who won the giveaway gift is looking for a particular head. So we're still kind of working on that part. I'm also, to give him even more additional articulation as compared to a dragon body, which is pretty darn good in terms of articulation. I had done a little research and found out that the M30 TBLeague body is about, to include the head, about the same size as a G.I. Joe. So I went ahead and ordered that. So that should be here in another day or so. And then we can get these clothes on. What I'm curious about is, obviously this guy looks a little leaner in the torso than this guy. I think the TBLeague is going to be a little bit more of a match to the broadness of the shoulders here on the G.I. Joe. So I think it'll be a better better match in that respect. The thing that's going to be the most difficult challenge is to find a head sculpt that's going to be not so thin that it's noticeably different from a GI Joe head. I think that's where you're going to have probably the greatest problems if you want it to fit in with your GI Joe collection. I can think of a few heads that would work, but I think he's looking for a specific look. So anyway, this is what we have as a prototype so far. And of course, it'll probably evolve as time goes on. So we're going to pause and take this GI Joe guy away and get this guy on the stand and on a turntable so we can see him from all directions. We'll be right back. So here's the adventure team prototype of a agent, operative. He's got a skull cap or a stocking cap, whatever you want to call it. I put the sunglasses on top of the cap. He's got a pencil headlamp. I cut out the adventure team logo and used double-sided tape to put that on the shirt, which you can see in the front, of course, is the belt. He's dressed all in black with black boots. And you can see on the other side, I should say, flashlight holder, a carabiner. That's the only thing that's of any color other than the red adventure team logo. I might even change this to red so it matches better. Depends on him. But you know me and matching, right? Anyway, so the walkie-talkie, the flashlight, the carabiner, the belt. As we go around this way, you'll start to see the canteen. And then coming into view on the right side of his body is the holster and the 45 that he has in there. Of course, the carabiner is blue. And maybe he wants to keep it that way. I don't know. But this is the prototype. So this is a drop-down holster that has straps to hold it on his leg nicely. The size is pretty good. Dragon is a very articulated figure, but I wanted to, if I possibly could, get a TBLeague figure that was of the same size as a GI Joe. And in looking over the height related charts for TBLeague male figures, M30, when you include the head, is about the same size as the GI Joe. So I think the torso will be a little bit broader, which will be a better fit for the GI Joe that we went ahead and got, just to make sure we were on the same sheet of music in terms of size overall. So I think that'll work out a lot better. So we'll pause now and get some tighter shots from here on up. We'll be right back. We are back, and now you can see a lot more details in terms of this figure, from the flashlight to the headlamp to the walkie-talkie carabiner, and so forth. But we'll go around so you can see him. And the only thing I can think of maybe adding is a jacket. This is a really form-fitting shirt. I don't know if that's something he'll want, but so far this is what we have in terms of prototype. And I think he's okay with everything. Now we have to figure out the head. So we'll pause now and get some close-ups of this head in case he wants to go with this one. We'll be right back. I'm really excited to see the M30 body because I think that will have a broader neck. On the off chance that this is the body he prefers, I think I'll add a scarf to it as well to take away the thinness of the neck compared to the GI Joe, but here's a close-up of the side view of the face. And the other side. And there you go. So we are back, and here's the GI Joe that we got for a height comparison. I'll lift him up a little off the ground to where the stand is. And they're pretty close. So the M30 TBLeague body should be about the same height. So we've got three opportunities here to get this custom correct. And going with an operative agent look, I can add more things, take away some things, whatever he feels looks good to him, because that's the important thing, for it to fit into his collection. So I'm glad for the challenge, and once we figure out the head part, I think we can get that wrapped up, and I'll be happy, he'll be happy, everybody's happy. So anyway, we still then have 9 prizes on the table for the next time we do this, plus a custom. Eventually, my husband's going, no, let's just do the 9 prizes. Let's not do the custom. Because, eventually we would like to give those things away, because frankly, I have duplicates of many of those things, or I just don't want them, because they're just not something that I would favor. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.